Three, two, one. Turn on the torch, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friends. There you are. Here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. Hi, how you doing? I'm trying my laptop camera, and yeah, it looks a little fuzzy. Mainly, I think, because I haven't got half the lights on because of the glare. But you know what? I'm going to put some more of them on real quick because I need a brighter future, right? Right. We'll see how that turns out for me. Anyway, I was supposed to give a lesson to Renee. I've been waiting around for a little while. And thanks for those that are watching. If you want to make a comment or something on the in the chat room, I have that right in front of me. And you're not here to see my wonderful face. You want to see what I could do with the glass. So maybe if I tilt it a little bit that way. There we go. Maybe not as bad. There we go. I'm still learning. Well, I'm always still learning, and that's the part of life. If you're happy with what you're doing, that's a good thing. But I'm always trying to get a different angle, a different thing going on, and keep you guys excited. Well, I wouldn't say excited, but keep you guys coming back for more. That's the word. And you never know what you can expect from me, right? Um, I just saw a thing on Facebook where Dawn, and I can't get her last name for the life of me because it's one of those. It's Italian. It sounds Italian. It looks Italian. It probably isn't. I don't know. But she just showed some of my work and talked about how practice, practice, practice. It's also about always wanting to do better, always wanting to get better. And that's part of the process. And you know what? Sometimes we are our own worst critic. And she was saying how her arms of her angels look like zombie arms or something. But you know what? I bet you they weren't as bad as she thought they were. It's funny how we can see something and it looks really crappy, but other people look at it and say, "Oh, that's really great." And I did that many a time with my work, not knowing that I'd be at it 30 years later, 1982. Man, where did the life, where has my life gone? It's gone in many directions. Some of it I've dealt with dealing with glass blowing, others working and growing a family, and others is other jobs and things that I've learned and done along the way. Had bad hips, had a hip replacement. Actually, both of my hips have been worked on. One was what they call resurfaced, and the other one was what was a complete replacement, titanium. So I set off a metal detector. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I thought I'd at least come on real quick. I might not even stay long, but I have so many glass things to do over and over again. Christmas ornaments. I've got sea turtles that I've got to do. Um, some more seahorses I've got to do. So I know this isn't the best angle for you guys to see what I'm doing. I might just even move the laptop in a different direction entirely. See if that doesn't help. But we'll go from there. I could set it there. A different angle entirely. See if that works. You'll have to excuse me as I move you over. And again, if you have something to say, um, please just type it in the chat room and we'll see what we can do about getting to it. No, I guess not, because the cords are not long enough that I need to Make it go over a little bit further. There we go. Now I can do it. Yeah. There we go. Now you can see the torch. A little bit closer, different angle. We'll see if that works. Maybe when it comes back up, it'll look a little better in the long run. Yeah, I'm trying different. Like I said, now you saw me just put this together, and you leave it alone for a little bit without keeping it until it cools, and it goes wonky on you. So the best thing to do is heat it back up a little bit if it happens just then, but if it sometimes just got to warm it up until it starts to get a little pliable, and then spin it for a little while. I take these short ones and make them longer. I tend to take it right down to the nub and then some. Okay, let's do a sea turtle because I got to do so many of them. And we got the rod. Let's turn up the flame, and get her done. Again, if you have anything to say, I see 2 people in the chat room watching me. If you'd like to say something, type it in. We'll see what we can do. I wonder if it's me in the chat room and me in the other chat room. Don't know, but we'll see. Say hi. Don't say hi. I love an audience. I can't deny that. Now I take the marble mold to do my sea turtles, the ones that I've been doing lately. I'm going to try to do at least a half a dozen. I got about an hour and a half before I have to really stop and start doing things. I don't know if I'll be online all that time, but of course, I always make the flat disc. And then I press that flat disc into the marble mold. And I think it's about the inch marble mold that I put it into. And I use a nice graphite mold to put it on there with. And Don just said something. Let me see if I can go over there and see what that's all about. 3 things going on at once. Huh. That's the thing I like about the internet. You can have here we go. Right, she's right. Yeah, who needs mandrels? That's true. I don't like using mandrels myself, but that's your comment, Don. Don Cacci. It's Ceccacci. That's the one that put in my ornaments and saying that hers looked bad. And you know what? I think again, we are our own worst critics. Now, let's add some blue to this. Blue swirl to the top. Now we'll do the fins and stuff. Doing 3 things at once. That's yay, great things, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Back to work. I'm got to stop being distracted. One of the things that you really got to work on, and that's one of my problems, is I do have a lot of distractions going on. But the internet is really one of the things that, even back in the early 90s, I envisioned sitting there making something and somebody say, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for, and them buying it right then and there and me sending it to them, which is pretty cool considering that 20 years later it can has and will have had to have happened. I do have a didymium lens over the camera lens, but it's the flare and the glare that it happens with it anyway, that you can't see a darn thing. Sorry about that, folks. I elongate it a little bit, put on the neck, the head, maybe some blue eyes. This is another done deal. Then need to be flattened out a little bit. There we go. Anyway, told you all my life story, huh? Replace my hips. At one point in my life, I even did neon signs, which was pretty cool. Wish I could do that again. I kind of like that, bringing a piece of art to life, light and life. Did it old school. I actually even at one point had to redo the whole manifold for gas, the gas manifold for the thing. It was surprising I made it work. And then when they got a Pyrex one in, it was like, whoa. Pyrex I could repair a lot easier, but the one I did the first time was in soft glass, and it is not forgiving. Okay. See, one thing you got to do about production is get it as close to or as the same thing every time. What I'm doing, yeah, I think the phone cameras do better, but I haven't figured out how to put it on YouTube yet, except recorded. We'll get there too. But you sort of heat and tilt downwards, and it rolls into itself to make the shape of the shell for the turtle. And then you flatten. then, well, you know what? I might try doing that next time. I have an idea. Try it out. Okay. Let's do this. I have an idea to make one all aglow. I have in my right hand some Illuminati glass, and of course I have the sea turtle. I'm gonna do the shell with the swirl that I do with Illuminati, and I'm gonna do the fins with Illuminati. See how that works. Should look pretty interesting when it's all said and done. There, I even just did the tail. Now here we go. Oh yeah. You know, if I knew what I was doing, I'd be dangerous. We'll see how this turns out. Oop. You know, I haven't been looking in the chat room on see if anybody said anything. Hey, sorry about that. I was in the other room, Facebook room. Just when you think you've got it all under control. Nice to see you, Bob. Right now, I'm doing a sea turtle. I probably said something a little while ago. That's one thing about Facebook. It gives you a time frame when somebody types something in on YouTube, but it's just said that's it. And once the chat room is gone, I mean, once the live session is gone, the chat room goes. I wish in some way that they could put that chat room as part of the archive of that show with it so that people can see what people were saying in the YouTube chat room as well. The only way to do it, I guess, is to record the chat room as you're chatting away and then later put it with the YouTube or clip it into the YouTube. But YouTube should come up with something for that because that is so important that people to know what people are saying instead of just what somebody is blabbing away. There we go. Yeah, what this should turn out pretty interesting. An Illuminati sea turtle. Now I've got to take off where I've been holding it because here we go. Let it stretch a little. Thanks, Bob. Watching me do what I do. I like the way you put that. I like watching. Well, I like people watching me do what I do. So that's a plus too, I guess. You know, when I first got on YouTube, I thought, yeah, I'll get up there and have thousands and thousands of viewers all at once, and it's like hasn't happened yet. That's okay. but I'm finally reaching over 20,000 views of people watching my videos. Well, I got over a little over 200 videos, so that's what 10, 20, no wait, 100 views per video average. That's not bad. Not bad indeed. Okay, let's give this Jade Green Eyes because I can, and it happened to be on the table. So, you have a request, Bob? Is that something you'd like to see me make? Could always switch the angle, and the camera could be above my, and you could see it from that angle if you like. Okay, a loop, and this guy's done. Oh, there's 4 people watching. That's good. One thing about the Illuminati, it sort of bubbles. But what's said for the Illuminati is that it also glows. So, for all those people that are watching in the chat room, hello, hello. And if you have a request that you'd like to see me do, type it away and I'll see what I can do. If you have a question, type it away and I'll see if I can answer it. I've got the chat room right in front of me. I might not be able to type it into the chat room. And you know what? I am going to change the angle here back to above my head for a short time because I can. And that way you can see that angle for a while. But just say something and we will see what we can do about answering your questions. There we go. Now you got it nice and dark so you can see what's going on in the flame. Yeah, let's make another sea turtle at this point. Good evening, people. And if you have something that you'd like to say in the chat room, go for it. I was supposed to have a lesson with Renee, but something came up, I guess, and she couldn't show. But I figured, hey, I had it all set up, ready to go. So here I am. And there you are. To teach, create. Well, anyway, you know the song. Okay. Now, here we go. This is going to be the next color. Adding color to these things is fun. You have this one is, I would have to say either blue exotic or green exotic. I get those two confused. But what I do with it is I tend to really, really swirl the colors up, and it makes it a neat little piece of glass to begin with anyway. And then to add it to an animal or figurine, it just gives it texture, but it's a smooth texture, which is pretty interesting. There we go. Yeah, the sea turtles that I've been doing lately, I've been putting this vortex swirl on the top of the shell. Kind of like it. What's your opinion? I'll take anybody's opinion. Anyone, anyone. I have to check what's going on in that. In the in Facebook, there's about 3 or 4 bings going on that I some dumb reason. Yep, they're all dealing with Don's little tag she put on to me about my ornaments that I've been doing. Now the fins that I do this is what I call the pull and I've been calling it the fold and pull, but now I'm going to call it the pull and fold because you actually pull it out and then fold it over. You don't reverse that. So, and basically it's the if you know how to do stringers, you start a stringer and then pull it and then fold it over. That's basically all that is until you get enough glass that you want to do. Okay, okay. This is about the highest viewing audience I've had in a while. There were 8 viewers at one point. That's good. I'm excited. I say that and people start falling out of it. Again, if you have something to say, type it in the chat room if you can, and I'll see about answering the question and going forward from there. There we go. Now the front part of this sea turtle. Oops. When you have lenses propped up, I guess it doesn't really matter. You can still see what's going on. I'll change some angles here soon. What I understand, you do like it from a front view, but I still like to do the first person perspective. That's just my preference. Seeing the angles and seeing what my hands are doing more than where my hands are going and what I'm doing with the flame is more important to me than, well, if I was learning anyway. Yes, the subtle things that are going on inside the flame help too, but it's also important to make sure at the angles that you're holding your hands and what you're doing with your hands. Here we go. Do the head and eyes. I think I'll do green eyes again. Appreciate you people watching. You don't know what it does to me to have people watch what I do. Haven't figured that out. I love an audience. Hate crowds, but love audiences. Jade green eyes. There we go. Loop for the head. A bail, loop, whatever. Tomato, tomato. Right, right. And again, if you have something to say, you can type it into the live chat room and say hi if you can, or if you're just watching on a mobile device, I guess you can't type in as easily. But it's nice to know that people are watching. You could give me the thumbs up, thumbs down, share it. Hey, Faya, glad to see you could make it. Not a lot of people are chiming in, but I've got an audience of 5, which is good. Yay! Hey, I've finally reached 375 viewers, which is pretty cool too. I'm excited about that. When we reach 400, I will do another giveaway. When I hit the 300 mark, I did a giveaway of a few things. This time, I think I'm going to give away actual pieces where we're going to do. They're not going to be very big, but we're going to do where um, basically you do the randomized number deal, and when we get enough randomized people, I will do another live show, and on the live show, I will see if those people are in the audience. That way, I can, or even later, what I guess I can do is get up with them and make whatever they want to see made, a request, as it were. I'll do 3 or 4 requests. The only thing I ask is that you pay for shipping, which is like $2 or $3, and I'll take care of the rest. Okay. Yeah, I know. It is good to catch me live. I know it's a little bit of a delayed reaction when I chat with you, but I am going to have to bring you into the live chat room one of these days. It always helps to have somebody to actually talk to while I'm doing this, instead of me sitting here chatting and sort of sound like I'm talking to myself, but that's okay. I know that people are watching, which is a cool thing. Okay. So we're going to do a seahorse real quick. I always start out with that flat disc. Then from that flat disc, the way I heat and stretch it is what it turns into be, which is pretty cool, I think. Showing that it all comes out of basically the same shape. It's what you do with that shape afterwards that makes the difference. Right? Right. There we go. Now we're going to do the top half of this guy. Then I'm going to get on to doing about 3 or 4 angels, and then I'm going to probably call it quits for this evening. Oops. Switch hands, change the paper to the pencil and pencil to the paper. I don't know if anybody's heard that one before, but I call what is in my left hand the paper, and what is in my right hand the pencil. And I always add to the paper with the pencil. But sometimes, because of the situation with glass, you can switch hands and the paper becomes the pencil and the pencil becomes paper. If I haven't totally confused you yet, good job. for keeping up. Okay. Add the dots up the back. Eyes, loop on the head, and this guy is basically done. Loop, bail, what's the difference? Just the way somebody says it, right? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet, right? Remount the hole on the loop. Everybody in the Christmas spirit yet? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney. You could sing it. Yeah, I know. Don't quit my day job. Talk about interesting singing. I was listening to an old piano artist, well, a parody, I guess, singer, or he used to be on the Dr. Mencho show a lot. His name is Tom Lehrer. I was listening to some of his songs. One of my favorite is the hunting song. Guy goes out and two game wards and 7 hunters and a cow. It's all in the singing. It's a good song. There we go. One done seahorse. Fire polish. That's good. Okay. Any requests? Type it in the chat room. Anyone? That's right. I had to do a couple of angels. So I'll do an angel. And if somebody can come up with a request between now and then, I'll do that before I close off for the night. Okay? Well, that's one of the things that's missing. There we go. That's how to get it going a lot faster. It's all in the heating. That's the tunic to the angel. Yes, you've seen me do it 3 or 4 times. I gently stretch it. Then the arms. Now I usually put the arms out to the side, and I do what I call the L bend. I go out a little bit, heat it up, and then go up. Bend it at an L shape. And that's all it is. I use this L-bend for a lot of the back legs of my horses and animals. Um, I used to use it for the frogs, but I came up with a better idea for the frogs. Now the head, then the wings, loop for the head, and then you can get these down to about 3 or 4 minutes a piece. You're not doing too bad. And that's about the average. I got it now. I never have enough angels. I think I'm gonna start giving them away all year long. Part of my part of who I am. You know what I mean. Nice to know that 5 people are still watching. I'll take that. That's a good sign. Now the wings. Pull, fold over, pull, fold over, and pull it out to the direction you want. Basically, that's all it is. You're making a stringer, but you're instead of pulling it out into a nice thin strand, you're just pulling it over. You're pulling it out, folding it over, pulling it out. You'll get the hang of it. It's practice and time, muscle memory, all that sort of rah rah. A flying elephant, an elephant with wings, huh? Or I could just do an elephant and just throw it across the room, right? Um, why not? Spirit of Christmas and all. We'll see what we can do. Got to finish the angel. So instead of um, so instead of just a regular angel, we're making an elephant angel. There we go. We're going to do this. We're going to lay this on its, stand it on its ear. Give me a sec. Ah, ah. You can't see me, but I'm doing a quick stretch. You got to do that from time to time. Okay, there we go. Another angel ornament, but I wouldn't say bites the dust, but is made and created. Now, elephant angel, huh? Let's see what we can do. It's not going to be very big, but it's going to be an elephant angel. Make it look a little bigger. Let's try this. No, 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 no. Yeah. Let's see if this will work. There we go. No, that won't work. Come to think of it. Won't work, won't work. Work for a sea turtle, but won't work for this. So we got to flatten it again. Round it back into itself a little bit more. He is going to be flat, just like I do all of these things, disc-wise. Thanks for chatting in the chat room there, guys. I can't answer all the questions. Appreciate that. No, let's talk amongst yourselves. That's a good thing. Okay. That's the body to the elephant. We're going to have this elephant sort of sitting. So like my teddy bears. If you've seen one of my teddy bears, this is what the elephant's going to look like. But we'll get it there. I tell you, all these short pieces of glass are... Oh, got to make them longer. Right? Right. Yeah, an angel got its wing. Okay. Now we're going to put 4 legs. This is like a teddy bear slash elephant bear. You know, it's like the same shape as the teddy bears, but it's going to be an elephant. It'll look nice to be able to sit down and or hang on a Christmas tree. Here we go. Flatten the ends of these legs. Now I'm going to put the wings on. Same fold and pull. Let's see what we can do. 3 things to do in 5 minutes to do it all in. Somebody came up with a private chat. I might have to go check out. Can't because it's not private. It's everybody watching, right? So far, so good. We'll see. Now the ears and the nose, and I'm going to give it blue eyes. Oops. That big wide flame was getting in the way. That's one thing I like about the Carlisle. It can be adjusted to a single flame, little tiny flame, fairly quickly. Or have a nice big bushy flame to be able to melt a whole bunch of glass all at once, just like I was just doing. Flatten one ear. Flatten the other ear. Oops. And got it on his wing. Give me a sec. There we go. Scissors are something to be said to have around. And I got to tilt the head a little forward. Thanks, Faya. 5 people are going in 6 different directions here. Give me a second. I got to find out what's going on. Hangout says I have no invites. Sorry about that. Uh, sorry about that, Renee. I'm sorry you weren't able to get into the chat room. Um, we'll work that out the next time. Life goes on. And I've got to finish this elephant, and then I was going to call it quits anyway for the day. Oops. Let's put some blue eyes. Blue, 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 blue eyes. Blue eyes, baby. And then put the trunk on. Teddy bear with wings, elephants with wings. We can do a whole bunch of things with this. Thanks for the idea, Faya. Just never know what you're capable of doing. Yeah. Maybe because I had started the chat, but usually that doesn't stop people from still getting in there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or maybe I gave you the wrong one. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, this is the first, so it's not exactly the prettiest. I'm going to put a loop this way. It's good to see that I got 5 people watching. I'm excited about that. That's a pretty good steady flow of people watching. And I didn't put out any invites or tell people about it, which is good. Sorry about that, Renee. Sometimes, yeah, you can't take care of them. And I'm going to put another loop here. Going gravity works. Oh, you know what? Before I do that loop, I got to get them off the back end of this guy. Warm them all up again. Yeah, verbal collab. Nice way of putting it, Faya. That's what I tell people when it comes to doing my glass blowing. I said, um, if you don't like it, it's uh, it's when my imagination, your imagination clashes. But if you like it, that means we were on about the same wavelength and everybody's happy. Okay, getting that tail off. And tufting it up a little. And flattening the legs. So it sits. Yeah. Oh, I like it. I don't know about you, but I like it. Crazy, but it's a good thing. I do have to. Someone made a suggestion to me at work to where I need to have sort of like a platform that I can set right here, a nice black platform or something that people can see what I've just done without too much interference from all my clutter. which is not a bad idea. So I will take it up with my art team, excuse me, and see what I can come up with, right? Oh, there's the loop. Here we go. We're going to put the loop right here. Get the tweezers. And seal this up. Now we got a dangly elephant loop pendant daily. Cool, just a little bit longer. There we go. Yay! Yes, I need to get sending that out to you. It's sitting right here on my bench, and I need to get that dragging right to you. It's not helping me sitting right here, and it's not helping you sitting right here either. So, yeah, let's get her done. See, it's sitting right here. Pretty little piece. Done deal. And yeah, I need to go and wrap that. And okay, here we are. We's done for the day. Oh, I need to. That wasn't quite in the right direction. There we go. I gotta remember to look where I'm aiming my pieces of art. And I have to go to work in about an hour and a half. No, closer to 2 hours, something like that. In less than 2 hours, I will be at work. So until next time, I always enjoy the audience, and I'm glad you guys are out there. Thanks to you too, guys, for, like I say, for being there watching. And as always, what I love to say is, let me see, enjoy your day, right?